What commands do I use as a mobility challenged canine handler, a person in a wheelchair more specifically? I use commands to train my dog to assist me in my day to day life. Basically, my dog is my family member. And just like many family members, everyone got to pull their weight and do their job to help to make the family run go. And my dog's job is to help me with a lot of things that I need help with. And this is largely due to me being a canine handler with a mobility challenge, not just a person in a wheelchair, but specifically dealing with him. And one of the commands that I use to help me is a little game that I was told by my very first dog trainer that I hired, called the touch game. What I do there is when I want to go to get him ready for a walk, I do the touch game by having my hand out in front of me to my left, and when he comes and touches it, that means he is right in front of me, perfect for me to put on his harness. I basically get him to spin around facing left and then facing right, so I can do the right and left clip for his harness, as opposed to me going around him and trying to figure out how to navigate his body. And the other command that I do often is the place command. My dog Milo is shorter than my previous dog Minion, and so I have to bend down to be able to get to fastening even to his collar half the time. And I find that I'm slipping out of my chair, I'm losing my balance. So I have to have him raised up. As you see this picture here, I have him sit basically on a 1 foot tall pedestal to help me being able to make sure that when I put on his collar, his training collar, such as e-collar or prong collar, so that I can make sure it's done safely. Why do I train this way? Because, as I said, my dog and I are family. He is a family member, and dogs want to participate. Most dogs, not all dogs, but most dogs, they want to participate in the family function. They want to do something. They want to participate. Participation is activity for them, and my dog wants to be active. And so when I get my dog to participate in the functions of the family, not just be a pet and come when I tell him to come, but actually get things done, does his part to move things forward, is edifying to him, both cognitively as well as stimulating cognitively as well. The takeaway I have for you here is, if you're similar to what I am, you struggle with getting the dog ready for a walk, for example, I suggest using these two commands, the touch command, where you put your left hand out and you tell them to or her to touch your hand. They come and touch the hand with their nose, and then you put on their harness, their collar, and then you get them to spin around. They're participating. Also, you can get them to climb on top of something. Obviously, depending on the size of your dog, you have to make sure that they're capable of doing it. But this allows them to actually participate on the walk. And for me, it gets to the point where all I have to do is sit beside the Rubbermaid bin, and my dog thinks we're going for a walk, so he sits on there all by himself, ready to basically have his harness or his collar put on because he thinks we're going for a walk. And so that's what he has gotten so used to. He wants to participate to get things moving forward, even especially when it comes to him getting out for a walk. So I would like you to consider this. Ask yourself this question: what are some of the things that you do in your day-to-day life? And how can your dog be a functional participant in those events? Not just where they are the subject matter, like getting the dog out for a walk, but what are some things that they can do to participate so that both of you can move life forward together?